my name is Angel.
Hi, my name is Ben.
Hi, my name is Josh Jenkins, and you're tuned into...
My name is McKinley.
My name is Julian.
What's up? I'm Agnes.
Hi, my name is Connor.
Hey, my name's Taisha. Hi, my name's Dominique Bianco, and you're watching
Soulful Network.
S.N.R.G.
This is a For the Record EP release party. Josh, take it away. Are you a root that will hold me fast? Or a bough that will break in the smallest scale? Or are you a leaf always prepared to blow away and leave me to stand alone in winter's cold? Rock steady, be my rock. Oh, rock steady, be my rock. We've seen cloudless days and starry nights filled with cool breezes and soft moonlight. But there's a storm on the horizon and the winds are picking up. There's thunder in the distance and the rains are letting up. It's been smooth sailing so far, but now the real test has come. Will you stand by my side or just cut ties and run? Rock steady, be my rock. Oh, rock steady, be my rock. I need a firm foundation to help me withstand the storm. Someone to rely on who stays true to form. If that's not you, then just let me know. I'd rather know now so I can let you go. But maybe if our foundation is strong, then maybe by my side is where you belong. Rock steady, be my rock. Oh, rock steady, be my rock. I promise to be steady and true. I promise to always stand by you. I promise to keep holding your hand, whether we're safe on land or sinking in quicksand. I need your promise to not give up on us. I need your promise to not throw away my trust. I need your promise that no matter who takes the lead, we'll do our best to give us the love we need. Rock steady, be my rock. Oh, rock steady, be my rock. You wanna play hide and seek with love? Let me remind you, it's alright. But the loving you're gonna miss and the time it takes to find you, it's out of sight. Well, feel fine, fun, fun, fun. Look out, baby, now here I come. I'm bringing you a love that's true, so get ready, so get ready. I'm gonna try to make you love me too, so get ready, 'cause here I come. I'm on my way.
Rock steady, be my rock. Rock steady, rock steady, rock steady, be my rock. Ah, rock steady, rock steady, rock steady, be my rock.
steady, rock steady, be my rocker. Rock steady, rock steady, rock steady, be my rocker. Rock steady, rock steady, rock steady, be my rocker. Rock steady, rock steady, rock steady, be my rocker. Rock steady, rock steady, rock steady, be my rocker. Rock steady, rock steady, rock steady, be my rocker. Rock steady, rock steady, rock steady, be my rocker. Rock steady, be my, rock steady, be my, rock steady, be my rock. Rock steady, be my, be my rock. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you and welcome to the For the Record EP release show. Oh my God, I can't believe it's here. My name is Kemi Adegoroye, and I released my EP a month ago, and we're celebrating it today with these amazing musicians on stage. We have Josh on the keys, Connor on guitar, Angel on drums, Ben on bass, and Dominique and Taisha on vocals. And we're here at Crescendo Studios where we recorded the EP, and we're here to have a good time. So thank you so much for tuning in. Strap in, we got a lot of good music coming. This next one is also an original off of the EP. This is It Wasn't Right. I lay in his arms with my head on his chest. I could hear his heartbeat beating through his vest. He held me oh so tight and laid a kiss on my forehead, reminded me what a kind of man he was. Never wanted me to be misled, but it wasn't right, no, it wasn't right, no. In my heart I knew it wasn't right. Try as hard as I might, it wasn't right, no, it wasn't right, no. If I could, I would stay in his arms, but it wasn't right, no, 'cause it wasn't you. We would walk hand in hand, down a moonlight avenue. It was magic, it was real, but I couldn't stop missing you. He was honest, he was gentle, and knew just what to say. But in spite of all this, those same old feelings got in the way. It wasn't right, no, it wasn't right, no. In my heart I knew it wasn't right. Try as hard as I might, it wasn't right, no, it wasn't right, no. If I could, I would stay in his arms, but it wasn't right, no, 'cause it wasn't you. His hands are not your hands, his kiss is not your kiss, his eyes don't gaze the same way yours gaze into mine. It wasn't right, no, it wasn't right, no. In my heart I knew it wasn't right. Try as hard as I might, it wasn't right, no, it wasn't right, no. If I could, I would stay in his arms, in his arms, in his arms. If I could, I would stay in his arms. If I could, I would stay in his arms. If I had any other option, if I had any other option, I would. If I could, but it wasn't right, no, 'cause it wasn't you. Thank you. Yes, that was It Wasn't Right. Now, this next song is a tribute to the original inspiration for this music. I grew up loving Motown. I couldn't do the show without it. So, paying tribute to one of my favorites, covered by many of my favorites, this is You're All I Need to Get By. Like a sweet morning dew, I took one look at you, and it was plain to see that you were my destiny. With my arms open wide, I threw away my pride. I sacrificed for you and dedicate my life for you. I will go where you lead, always there in time of need. And when I lose my will, you'll be right there to push me uphill. Then now, no looking back for us. We got our love and showed up, that's enough. You're all I need to get by. Listen. Like an eagle protects his nest, for you I'll do my best. Stand tall like a tree and dare anybody to try and move me. Darling, in you I found strength when I was torn down. Don't know what's in store, but together we can open any door. Just to do what's good for you, and I'll inspire you a little bit higher. I know you can make a woman out of a soul that didn't have a goal. 'Cause we got the right foundation, and with love and determination, you're all I want to strive for you a little more. All the joy under the sun wrapped up into wire. Oh, you're all I need. You're all I need. You're all I need to get by. Okay. So this next song was actually the very first original song that I released on Valentine's Day 2020. The first time I came here to record in summer 2019. So it's an old favorite of mine. Many of people know it because I've talked about it a lot. It was inspired by the movie Despicable Me. And funnily enough, it was also a full moon last night, so timely, what? So this is one of my favorites. This is The Man Who Stole the Moon. But first, Josh, could you give us an appropriate intro, please? Thank you.
He stole the moon. That man, he stole the moon. That man, that man, that man, he stole the moon. That man, he stole the moon. That man, he stole the moon. That man, he stole the moon.
The man who stole the moon. He stole music and late summer nights. He stole Valentine's Day. The man who stole the moon. The man who stole the moon. He stole music and late summer nights. He stole Valentine's Day when he ran away. The man who stole the moon. He stole my love and my kisses too. Cupid shot me right out of the blue. How could I know when we first met we'd have a love affair I wouldn't forget? We were together all of the time. I had his heart and he had mine. We never argue, fuss or fight till he left me that summer night. The man who stole the moon. He stole the birds and the flowers. He stole my nights and my hours when he loved me so soon. The man who stole the moon. He stole music and late summer nights. He stole Valentine's Day when he ran away. The man who stole the moon. I woke up in the middle of the night. My true love was nowhere in sight. I was alone in an empty room, surrounded by soon. The man who stole the moon. He stole music in late summer nights. Stole Valentine's Day when he ran away. The man who stole the moon. So call the police, call a guard, call a priest, call the country to arms, set off all the alarms. He's 6'2" with eyes of blue and a wink and a smile splits my heart in two. He ran away on a dark cloudy day and I can't now I can't seem to keep the tears at bay. The man who stole the moon, stole the birds and the flowers, stole my nights and my hours, when he loved me so soon. The man who stole the moon, stole music and late summer nights, stole Valentine's Day when he ran away. The man who stole the moon, man who stole the moon, stole the birds and the flowers, he stole my nights and my hours, when he left me so soon. The man who stole the moon, he stole music and late summer nights, he stole Valentine's Day when he ran away. The man who stole the moon. 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 Yeah. Shout out to Josh with that intro. Hey. This next song is a cover that we've sung before as a member of a separate group, and it's just one that I've always really loved. So this is How Deep Is Your Love? You touch me in the pouring rain, and the moment that you wander far from me, I wanna feel you in my arms again. And you come to me on a summer breeze, keep me warm in your love, and then you softly leave. And it's me you need to show. How deep is your love? Is your love? How deep is your love? I really need to learn, 'cause we're living in a world of fools, breaking us down when they all should let us be. We belong to you and me. I believe in you. You hold the door to my very soul.
You're the light in my deepest, darkest hours. Now, 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 you're my savior when I fall. You may not think that I care for you, when you know deep down inside I really do.
And it's me you need to show. How deep is your love?
It's your love.
How deep is your love? I really need to learn, 'cause we're living in a world of fools, breaking us down Shout out to Dominique and Taisha on those vocals. Hey! Oh my gosh, wow. I can't believe how fast this is going by. I want to soak in every moment. I especially want to soak in the moment for this next song, which is another original off of the EP. It's a very personal song, and I usually can't get through it without crying, but we're going to try today. It's a love song for my loved ones. I wrote it for the people in my life who have always supported me, who have always been there for me and listened to me, who know the very essence of me. Many of whom who are watching tonight, hi. And I'm a really big fan of musicals, for those who don't know. And my favorite musical is Les Mis. And my favorite line out of Les Mis is that it's important to remember a truth that once was spoken: to love another person is to see the face of God. And that's truly how it feels with the ones you love the best. So this song is dedicated to my rocks, my roots, and the people I love the best. This is In the Silence of Your Love. In the silence of your love, there's an absence of pain. In the warmth of your touch, I don't worry about anything. There's no need for words, no need for speech. There's just your eyes tenderly watching me. No questions or doubts, no worries or fears. I trust you will always be there for me. There's all these things and more in the silence of your love, in the strength of your arms. I believe we can fly. If we left, we would soar. There's not a doubt in my mind. There's no road too rough, no mountain too steep. When you're by my side, standing so close to me, the darkest path through valleys unknown can't scare me away. Now that I'm not alone, I've learned all these things and more in the silence of your love. In the silence of my love, there's a presence of peace. In the warmth of my touch, I promise you everything. My love and support, lots of laughter and joy to keep building you up where others seek to destroy. Compassion and care, forgiveness and faith. Only the best for my partner in crime, my safe haven, my landing place. There's all these things and more. There's all these things and more. There's all these things and more. In the silence of our love. I couldn't do it. Every time, oh my God. That guitar solo alone. Connor. Oh my God, wow. Okay, so looks like we got another 30 minutes left. we have another song left on the list. We're just, so yeah, we have barreled through this list, and we got another song on the list, but thankfully it's one that we can just sit on for a while. We can have fun with. So this next song is also off of the EP. And honestly, it's the one that I've been the most excited to play live. It's a really fun song. And you'll hear it in the song, but I'd like to explain a little bit. It was inspired by this phrase that someone once told me about how holding a grudge, holding an anger is like drinking poison and waiting for the other person to die. And that really struck me because I can hold a grudge. I can get angry sometimes. And it's true. These negative emotions that you hold in your heart or in your spirit for so long really only hurt you. They don't hurt anybody else. And so it's important to just accept when you need to move on. So the person who cut you off in traffic, the person who, used up the last of something or took the last Pop-Tart, it's time to forgive them. This is your warning right now. Text the person you're upset with right now and say, I forgive you. Say, I'm done drinking poison. They won't know what that means, but it's fine. But yeah, we're going to have fun on this one. We're going to sit on this one. So sit back and relax. Guys, just make it filthy. Give us an intro. Couldn't hear your name without a pain in my heart. My feelings so tangled in knots, I didn't know where to start. My walls built up so high, so I couldn't get hurt again. But it was too late. The pain you caused me was already under my skin. like a motion picture reel in my mind. I must have watched it 100,000 times. I thought if I held on to the lies and the mistrust that it would hurt you too, then you would feel it somewhere and understand what you put me through. But nursing anger is like drinking poison and waiting for the other person to die. My life won't be served by keeping this anger alive. So I'm done drinking poison. This grudge won't do me in. Drinking poison. I won't dedicate my life to him. Drinking poison. He forgot about me long ago. Drinking poison. Time to get up, move on with the show. It can't help. No. It'll only hurt you. It'll leave you sad and alone. Poisoning your house and your home. It can't help. It'll only hurt you. It'll leave you sad and depressed. Buried in denial and distress. Put down the poison. Put down the poison. You heard right. I'm not waiting around for your reply. By the time you open your mouth, I'll be out the door waving goodbye. I'm not gonna stick around for you to right these wrongs when you couldn't even stick around for the length of this song. Stories of former crimes can only be told so many times. It's time for me to reconstruct this broken heart of mine. If you don't understand by now how you betrayed my trust, you never will. So move on, I must. I'm done drinking poison. This grudge won't do me in. Drinking poison. I won't dedicate my life to him. Drinking poison. He forgot about me long ago. Drinking poison. Time to get up, move on with the show. Light it up. closure. I can't provide that for myself. I've left hurt and heartbreak to gather dust upon the shore. Holding anger any longer will consume me in the flames, but I refuse to give you power to which you have no claim. I can admit that you alone didn't make every mistake. There are lessons from this experience that I will gladly take. I wish you well. Got to get up and move on with the show. I ain't drinking that poison no more. Hallelujah. Can I get an amen? Amen. I'm picking up my bag and walking out the door. Yeah. Shoe fly, don't bother me, you can't hurt me no more. I ain't drinking that poison no more. I'm picking up my bags and walking out the door. I'm leaving your sorry behind right on the floor. Woo! Shoot fly, don't bother me. You can't hurt me no more. Yeah. Woo! So we're gonna take a moment right now to shout out this amazing band that's on stage with me, because y'all, these are people are fire. Like, I released an EP just to play on stage with these guys, for real. Like, first, we're gonna start with Mr. Joshua Jenkins on the key. on the keys, and next, the amazing Connor Holdridge on guitar. On guitar, and next, the back of the stage, but the front of our hearts, Mr. Benjamin Rikhoff on the bass. The amazing, the rhythmic, our heartbeat, Miss Angel Bethea on drums. On the drums. And then absolutely last but not least, these beautiful, can we just take a second to look at these beautiful, these melodic, these harmonic, lovely young ladies to my left. That's Dominique, Bianco, and Taisha, Estrada in background vocals. Yes. Now, I want to take a moment here, since we have time, I want to take a moment to talk with y'all, because I feel like we have something to say about this, right? Yeah, okay, let's break down a little bit. Yeah. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, that's it. Okay, can y'all repeat after me? Y'all ready? I ain't drinking that poison.
I ain't drinking that poison.
Ooh, I ain't drinking that poison.
I ain't drinking that poison.
I ain't drinking the poison.
I ain't drinking the poison.
No, I ain't, no, I ain't, no, I ain't, no, I ain't, no, I ain't. Why you wanna singing Poison. Woo! Oh my God, let's go back to the funk. Let's play a little funk under. A little of the funk under. Give me a little funk. I want a little funk. Before, as we say goodnight to these beautiful people. Yeah, just play this. Give me the same groove. Yeah. Ooh, yes. Y'all, this is my EP release show. I can't believe it. I can't believe it's happened. I can't believe we got to play this amazing music for you beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is really a dream. I'm speechless. But For the Record EP is out. It is out for streaming. It is out for purchase and share. Ringtones if you choose. It's for everything. And I have to give, once again, an amazing thank you to these phenomenal musicians on the stage. Oh my God. Y'all are incredible. An honor and a privilege, always and forevermore. Love you so much. I have to give a massive thank you to S.N.R.G. for helping us put on this amazing show, you guys. Mad love, forever and for always. Thank you so much for making my dream come true. What? Love you so much. Thank you to Crescendo Studios, the home of For the Record EP. For the Record EP lives in the bones of Crescendo Studios for forevermore. Thank you so much. Sound, lights, everything. Shout out to cameras. Thank you so much for filming this spectacle for everyone to watch safely from their homes. And thank you all to the beautiful, the amazing, the blessed people that tuned in tonight. I really appreciate you so much. Thank you for taking the time to support independent music and to tune in. There's more to come, so stay tuned. My name is Kemi. This is For the Record EP. Get home safe if you aren't home yet. Get comfortable, and I'll see you next time. Much love.
S.N.R.G.
Now you're here. Welcome back to Your Social Network. We have Miss Kemi.
Hi.
Welcome back. How are you?
Good. How are you?
We're happy to have you. Yes, I'm happy.
Super happy.
Super happy.
We want to talk about your experience at Your Social Network.
Oh my gosh. I had the best time. I can't believe it's been a minute. But it was so fun. It was
let's transport ourselves. Let's go
Yes.
back to the real-time moment when you were preparing for the show.
Oh, yeah.
And then when we started setting up for the show, and then sound check for the show, ultimately to the 8 o'clock hour when we went live.
Oh my gosh. It was surreal. I feel like that's probably the biggest thing, surreal. Because the prep for the show, I could feel like I could say I've been prepping my whole life. Like that kind of show, which is mostly my original music, and I'd never.
Well, it was 7 years, right?
Yeah, 7 years for the EP development. And I'd never done a show that was like mostly my music. It was usually 2-3 hours of covers. So to like prepare to do my music, prepare to do it with friends on stage who are all very talented. It was great. I mean, I think it was very emblematic of an independent artist experience where like you get lost in the dream of it all and you're so excited, but you also have all the logistics and you're working on things and trying to make everything come together. But that's the real beauty of moments like Soundcheck and like the show actually going live, which is that you actually finally see all the pieces come together, and it makes it like worthwhile to go through the emails and the phone calls and the scheduling. And
Well, talk about the beautiful struggle that is the prep.
That's a lot of stuff.
beautiful struggle. Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, it's you know, no one anticipates having to release an EP or record a show during a pandemic and having to figure out the logistics for that, having to figure out if it was even going to happen, to be honest, because going into my EP production, we were working heavily on the production of that throughout 2019 and 2020. And so many independent artists I talked to said you should have a release show, like some release event, but I just didn't see how it could be possible, even when it was a question of bringing people into a space, because I recognize, you know, you're paying for the space, the time, ticketing, like a lot of logistics. And then also you're not just the producer, you're the talent. And so you're having to manage, and I manage a band or work with band members. And so working with all the musicians, making sure everything sounds good together. The schedules are, I love a doodle. I love a doodle.
It's hard because we're all grown.
Yes, we're all grown. We're all grown and we all have other obligations. And of course, I work with really impressive and talented people. And so, of course, everyone wants them.
Right.
And they're all playing their own gigs and they're all busy. But yeah, that's where it was so helpful to have Your Social Network, because I just didn't see how I could be the producer for a show at that level, even with an audience, without an audience, and also like make sure the content was also good too, which is always a struggle of an independent artist who's wearing multiple hats. Like you can never just be the talent normally, but this EP process was kind of one of the first times where I wasn't just a talent, but I was a little bit less than everything else, which is so nice. Like I remember being in the studio and, you know, we had our videographer, Caroline Marney, who's amazing. We had...
Shout outs, Carefree Creative.
We love you so much.
Too much. But is it ever enough?
Never enough. But we had her filming everything, so I didn't have to be on my phone trying to capture things while recording.
Right.
And had my producer, Kyle Guffey, who is a phenomenal musician, recording
Shout
engineer.
outs, Kyle.
Oh my God, love of my life. I just saw her this week and I was so happy. And so she was recording everything. Josh Jenkins, who is a pianist, but also the chief arranger and music director, leading the studio sessions. And so I really got to sit back and just be talent. And it was so nice for just the studio sessions, like not to speak of even the actual show.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's rewind a moment, because I remember when we were just on a telephone call talking about the concept.
Yeah.
Because at that point, we hadn't even shot that many, maybe just one.
Yeah.
Of Your Social Network. So I remember you were debating, okay, should I have my EP release show at Jam and Java or do the live stream? So what came into that? Talk about the thoughts that came into play when making that decision.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, I will say, for anyone who's always trying to make any kind of business related decision or even like project management decision,
This is what we want to talk about Your Social Network. Get the nitty gritty behind the scenes with the artists.
This is the stuff I love sharing because no one ever talks about it. You just see this show and you're like, oh, cool, that's awesome. But you have no idea.
How do I do that?
Literally, you're just like, that's cool. How do you get from, I always say, from proposal to production? Like, I feel like people are very aware of having an idea, creating a proposal or a concept, and then seeing the finished product, but no one ever gets to from proposal to production, or no one like talks enough about it. So I tried to get as much information as I can. You guys provided so much information about what you were doing, and I was really excited because I'd seen some of your production stuff you've done before in previous lives.
Yes. Well, you were part of our album release party in 2020.
Which was incredible. It was such a good time, and I have such fond memories of it because it was like the last time we had fun in a public space.
500 people at Union Stage,
it was
Washington
wild.
D.C. Man,
it was so much fun, and I stayed like long after my set was done.
Oh, we appreciate that. Once again, shout out to the artists that actually stayed.
Thanks for sticking by us.
Right. You know how many people we've dealt with that we have. Well, it's not just our show. I've heard this from other people where they'll come, do their thing, and immediately dip.
It's
after
like
their set.
think of every childhood recital you were ever in, where like you were the last kid on the program and your parents were so pissed because every other parent immediately dipped as soon as they're like, I literally had my piano teacher used to ban people from leaving early. She's like, I
As
don't
they
care.
should, to
I
be
don't
honest,
care if
at a
your kid
recital,
is first.
yeah, you stop that.
You stay for the 2 hours.
You stay.
For every concerto, you're gonna be there.
That's right.
Exactly.
Mandatory.
It's because you be that last kid in the program and it's empty because all the parents left for, whatever. So yeah, no, I mean, it was just a fun night out and it was cool. And I met so many people there and it was a great time. So yeah, I like worked with you guys, had seen the kind of productions you put on, and I was definitely impressed. And I just got information from other places too, just to kind of compare and contrast, because one thing is not going to be a right fit for everybody or for every context. And so you really do want to do your research to make sure, like, does this work for what I'm trying to do? I knew I want to do a live stream because at that point you really couldn't have people in person in attendance in any way that would justify putting on a show.
Right.
For like the 3 people that would be allowed to be in the room.
Exactly. No, that's
full
true.
virtual, like, what is it? Like VIP experience, just 3 people in the room. And I knew I wanted it in like a nice space and ideally film that it would look nice. I just didn't want it to look too homemade. Not that homemade is bad, but it was just, I wanted to make it an event because for me, it was such a big occurrence in my life. And I didn't want to take away from that fact, even though it was happening in less than auspicious circumstances. Yeah, like I still wanted to acknowledge, because so many people this past year and a half have had massive events and like milestones, and they haven't been able to celebrate them normally, but you don't want to take away the fact that it happened. And so that's what was nice when I was thinking about you guys versus Jam and Java. And then a lot of it came down to pricing. You guys were really flexible on working because as an independent artist, you have very limited budget.
Well, that's the thing too, that as you know, when we did our drive-in show and our virtual show, we said, you know what? Okay, it was hugely successful in terms of just everything that went into it.
And
however,
it looked so good.
Thank you.
I was there at the show and I was just
shout outs to Crescendo Studios and working so closely with us to make this something that is affordable for independent artists.
Yeah.
So like that's why. And once again, it's not free, right?
Not free.
but like people need to understand. At some point, if you're really serious about your craft and your art, you need to invest in yourself so that you have some content that you can use in perpetuity.
Right, and content is king. Like,
content is king.
You
heard it from Kemi. If you ain't already know.
It's the truth. And honestly, at times it can be frustrating because I saw some artists post online about how frustrating it is to have to focus on creating the big stuff, like the big projects, but also still have to save energy and resources to creating little things every day to keep people interested. And it's taxing. Like it can get really taxing, especially when you don't have a team to kind of help you with that.
Right.
And you have to figure out for yourself what that looks like so that you don't want it to get in the way of you actually making the big things and the big projects that make you feel like an artist and are contributing to your career. But at the end of the day, content is king. Like if you can get photos, if you can get video, audio, whatever you can get, you've no idea how you're going to use it later. And that was a huge appeal too, being able to get the video after the show, being able to get the audio and being able to be like, hey, if I want to release in live version of my EP, I have that audio. And that's like,
and back to your point earlier with regards to like some established reputable venues, I've heard from other artists that even though they have all this clout and they have a name, they really just have 2 cameras set up side by side, capturing a live stream. Whereas what we've done here with Jaden and Caroline is create that multi-cam like effect so that we really bring the home audience into the experience of being here.
Yeah, which is so great. I mean, like I love all the venues that I've played in this area. I love them. They've been so great, especially this past year or so, being flexible and trying new things to not just support themselves, but also independent artists. But I think I always say real wealth is having options. It's not money. Time is very important, but the real wealth is being able to like pick amongst a lot of different options. And so it's great to have venues like Jam and Java and Union Stage
Sure,
and other places, but it's also really awesome to have Crescendo and to have you guys and just to be able to pick, because one project or multiple projects might not always fit the right space, but you have choices and like to make the best project. And that's really anything. That's really the thing that all of us care about.
Correct. All right, so then let's get back into when you were you finished sound check. All right, you finished sound check and you are seeing the clock tick down to the inevitable release.
Yep.
Right, and I remember we had just sent out all the emails.
Yep.
Everybody was anticipating. I know there were people waiting already in the live stream. So talk about what you were feeling as you were up on stage. You had finished sound check. You are now you have everybody that is there with you on stage that you've been rehearsing with for months.
Yes.
And you're about to share this EP that you've been working on for years and 7 years to be exact. And now just the culmination of that moment.
Yeah.
Talk about how you were feeling.
I mean, it's always funny because that moment right before a show starts is always like, no matter what you're doing, it's always like the most nerve-wracking thing. Like, you think I was about to pilot a fighter jet. Like, it's not that serious, but you just
no, it is
feel
that serious. That nervous energy you feel. Yeah.
And I will say it was different than other shows I've done in the past, because with other shows there's been an audience, and so you could hear it as well, or you're walking through it, and so like it's a slightly different because the energy is not just in you, but it's outside of you too, because there are like other people there. Yeah, the anticipation, it's always funny being in a live show because the lights go down and suddenly the audience changes. Like either they start like yelling and screaming or they go really quiet. So this was different because it's not an audience. It's the sounds of people checking cameras and being like, are we good? And you guys checking in with Jaden and the musicians behind. So there was a little bit of a question of building that anticipation and energy for myself since there wasn't an audience there. But that was what was really nice about being on stage with other people, where it's just that like there were other people there to contribute. And then for me, I always try and find that center of calm before I perform, because you want to have that right level of energy. You don't want to be too anxious or too, have that too much nervous energy.
I've definitely done that plenty of times. Just run out and it's crazy.
It just comes in too aggressively. But you also still want to be energetic, and you still want to be like ready to go.
You really want to take hold of that moment. You really want to own that moment.
Exactly. And honestly, that mindset is what has helped me reach that right level of energy in the last like few shows that I've done, which is just that like being present and taking it in the moment, because I get so nervous and I try and I want things to be perfect, and I'm so like always in the details and being like, is this as good as it can be? And I'm always so worried about things in the future, but that being like in the moment and appreciating like I'm here, like the years, the nights, like all the unnoticed moments to get to here, and and also the realization is that it'll go by so fast.
It's gonna be,
and it did. I blinked and the show was done.
No, and that's why you really have to enjoy those moments.
Soak it in and just be like, this is like a lifetime of waiting for an opportunity like this. So let me soak it in, because like I will never get back that moment right before my first solo EP show. Like that moment is now, memorialized, but like it's in the past. And so when I was there, I was just like, let me really like feel this.
It's okay. We can look back on it now.
Yes.
And that's the advantage of your social network.
Yeah. No,
it's we can look back at it HD.
I have looked at it several times.
All right. So now that you have actually had the chance to look back at the experience, right? Because we are recording this after,
yes.
And you've now studied it and, taking it all in. Now that you've had that opportunity to really just let it, just be, like you said, that momentous occasion has now been captured. So what is your takeaway from the experience of, okay, now you talked about it was like pre-production, then going through the actual shoot. Now that you've seen it, watched it, thinking back on the memories, talk about that feeling.
Yeah, it just, I mean, it was really incredible to be able to watch it back. It was awesome to see the comments. Like, that was really, I was so, like, I remember being so anxious. It's like, I want to see what people said and how they feel because, you know, once again, going back. We love you, Kemi. Yeah, there was a lot of that. A lot of, like, very close, you know, people in my life. But yeah, like, when you have a live audience, there's that instant gratification or lack thereof, depending on how the show goes. But here it's just like, I have no idea. Like, I feel like that went well, but let's see. And the response was so great. But honestly, a lot of it was that just remembering that, you know, necessity really is the mother of invention, because I wouldn't necessarily have put on a show like that if I like a virtual live stream show if I had the choice to have audiences or, you know, something else that's been set up. But it was just really awesome. It looked beautiful. Like the lights, the camera, everything looked beautiful. Like I generally remember watching it and being like, this looks like the Millennium Stage at Kennedy Center. Like it looks that good. And it was funny because so many people told me afterwards, they're like, we didn't know it was going to be like this.
You know, we get that a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Not just from the audience, but the artists.
Yeah. A lot of people, I mean, I kind of knew just because, you know, we talked about it being a 5-camera setup. I'd seen your show, so I knew what it could look like. But a lot of people, I think they really just thought it was going to be like an Instagram Live.
Well, I think it's because of the standard that the industry has set forth.
Yeah.
Like I said, like, there have been some venues in DC that they literally just have 2 cameras side by side, just pointed directly at the stage, and they might be switching back and forth, but it's the same exact angle, right? So with this, you know, and once again, to your credit, you made that vision, right? We just captured your vision, and I think that's what our conversations, our ongoing pre-prod calls and meetings were about, right? Like you bring what you are gonna do, and then we will do our best to just make the audience, immerse the audience in that experience.
Which I so appreciate because it just felt like the hard work was paying off. You know, like figuring out what I was gonna wear under the lights.
Oh, you killed it with the outfit. You know how many compliments that came in just with your outfit?
I enjoyed having a cape. Like that was very much my diva moment. Like, I'm really excited about that.
Capes are the future.
Yeah.
Capes are the future. Say it again.
Capes are the future. They were in the past, but they will be the future.
This is future. Like, it's just been like little decisions like that. Like getting my nails done, deciding what everyone else is going to wear, picking the set list. Like there's so many little decisions that like at the time can honestly feel mind numbing because they're so detail oriented and you don't know if people are going to notice, but then you see it all together and you're like, the hard work paid off. Like the phone calls, the texts, the hours spent strategizing and figuring things out, like it all came together, and that was like really gratifying and like exciting to see.
Well, we were so excited, and it was an honor and a pleasure to be working with you. I mean, we've worked with you before,
but this is
to actually get you there on this stage, sharing this work that you've been working on, like for what seems like forever, right? But then to actually have it all come together on that stage, Crescendo Studios, right here. Man, like
it's beautiful that you're comfortable enough to share these moments with us here.
Of course. You know? It's like my pleasure. I mean, you know, I love you guys, and I love being able to encourage other independent artists, because there are all those people out there who are in their bedroom late at night by themselves and coming up with ideas they think no one's going to care about. And that was me for years. And then to have a show, how like the number of people that tuned in and are still talking about it and genuinely loved it. And not just because they loved me, but like independently loved it. Like there's such validation and gratification in that, and I'm really appreciative.
Yeah, let's end off with that. For everybody who's watching right now, watching Kemi, look into that camera right there, the one that Caroline is operating, and just tell everybody, to your fellow artists, that you just had that poignant message. You know, let them know that, you know, yes, there are people who care about your art, and let them know about this, you know, that this platform exists. So, in your own words, of course.
In my own words, okay. Well, hello, fellow artists and art lovers. I think for those moments when you feel like no one's paying attention, keep creating, keep working, keep building your craft, your skills, your talents, your abilities. Keep investing in yourself. And then the second most important thing I can say is find your people. Find the people who will help you build, who will not just hear your vision, but see it themselves and have things to contribute to it. Like these guys right here. They saw something and they decided to invest in it with me. And it's a really beautiful thing to find people who will invest in your vision until everyone can see it and make it true. So once you find your people, you can do literally anything.
Well, thank you so much, Kemi. And I want to add something to that because this is also a very important lesson for anybody who is out there. Always pay attention to the signs that are presented to you, because we met at a very chance encounter.
We did.
Right? Where then we just started. You want to talk about real quick?
I'm happy to.
What you remember, okay?
It's actually so funny because once again, it goes back to that whole thing you were saying about creating your opportunities, but also finding them. What happened was, this artist that I follow, and I've followed for many years, was coming to the DC area. Her name is Natalie Weiss. And she had posted on her Instagram that she was looking for DC venues and DC area venues to perform in and do a masterclass in, but didn't have anybody. I do not know her, but I DM'd her anyway. And I just said, hey, check out these venues, but also talk to this guy I know, Don Mike Mendoza.
Shout outs, Don Mike.
Yes. Producing While Asian and also Latido. Those are his organizations. And I'd worked with him before. And he's someone who's very well tapped into the venues in this area. So I literally sent her his information. She said, thank you. And I didn't hear anything else about it until Don Mike posted on Facebook saying like, hey, whoever sent Natalie Weiss, Broadway star, singing sensation my way, thanks. And I was like, oh, I'm glad you connected. And so she ended up coming down and doing a show that he produced or helped produce at Union Stage. And he gave me the chance to go and be like a VIP since I had helped direct her his way. And we got to hang out after the show and you guys happened to be there. Which was so awesome. And we just met and got to talking, and you guys are very, entrepreneurial and about that networking life, which is my zhuzh. Like, it's very much
exchanging those business cards.
Yeah, it's my aesthetic. It's 1,000% my aesthetic, networking wherever I go. And it was just fun to talk to you guys. And I could tell that you had like a lot of stuff you were doing. And so we just met at this event that started from DMing a Broadway artist.
Slide in those DMs.
Yeah.
That's right, guys. But do it with purpose.
And respectfully. And
very respectfully, please. Please.
Lesson of the story.
Always send the DM. You never know.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Always be mindful of every interaction.
Yeah, and every
because you never know where it can take you.
And follow up. That's what I respected. You guys followed up, because there are many people you'll meet and they'll be like, cool, that was fine, and you never hear from them again. But you guys
thank you. See, thank you for that shout out.
Yeah.
It's those little things too. The people who acknowledge the little things.
Yeah.
When the big things come, will truly be able to appreciate.
1,000%. Yeah.
We love you, Kemi.
Love you.
We love you, Caroline.
Love you.
Lala.
Bye. Right here from Your Social Network.
S.N.R.G.